In late 1932, Australia launched a military operation. The goal? Defend its wheat crops. The enemy? Tall, flightless birds armed with speed and stubbornness. By the end, nearly 1,000 were dead. Not people, emus. No arrest, no medals, no victory parades. Just a nation embarrassed, and birds that mostly kept walking. This is Morbid History Cases. Today we investigate the Great Emu War, when Australia declared war and battled birds. Welcome to Morbid History Cases, the morbid historian here, where we dig up the darkest and today the dumbest history tried to forget. Today's case features a government that panicked, a military that struggled, and birds that refused to be bullied. This is a case study in warfare and how not to fight birds. The emu, Australia's second largest bird, flightless, fast, and until 1932, unsuspecting of human hostility. That year, over 20,000 emus migrated into Western Australia's wheat-growing regions, seeking food, water, and a warm place to roam. They found ripened crops, poorly maintained fences, and they found a government ready to respond, with machine guns. The Australian government armed with Panic and Major G.P.W. Meredith armed with 2 Lewis machine guns and 10,000 rounds of ammunition. That's not pest control, that's an overqualified operation. The plan? Track the emus, engage the emus, neutralize the emus. What they lacked in tactics, they made up for enthusiasm. This operation began after a farmer pleaded, "It's them or us." The birds chose us. Early November 1932, day 1 of Operation Emu Freedom. Soldiers locate about 50 emus grouped together. They set up the guns, and the emus scatter before a shot is fired. Day 2, a flock of over 1,000 emus is spotted. Soldiers open fire. The machine gun jams after killing around 12. The rest scatter unharmed. Casualties: 12 emus, 1 jammed weapon, and 1,000 bruised egos. Plan C: mount a machine gun on a truck and chase the birds. Turns out, emus are faster and more agile on tough terrain. Plus, firing steady shots from a bumpy vehicle is a challenge. Fun fact, one soldier fell off the truck while reloading and was nearly ran over by his own unit while hunting birds. After several frustrating weeks, the military called off Operation Emu War. Final tally reported: 9,860 rounds fired, 986 emus killed. That's about 10 rounds per bird, not exactly military precision. No official speech followed, no medals were awarded. The emus, still roaming and still undefeated. Farmers asked for military help. The government refused, instead suggesting build better fences. They introduced a bounty system that led to tens of thousands of emus culled over the next decade. Today, the Great Emu War lives on in classrooms, bar jokes, and internet memes. It remains the only war where the losing side never really had a plan. Here on Morbid History Cases, we usually ask what went wrong, but today's story has a much simpler question. What didn't go wrong? The battlefield was dry, the enemy was fast, and the birds apparently unbeatable. Australia never declared war on animals again, but the pigeons are still watching, and they remember. This has been Morbid History Cases, where sometimes even a machine gun isn't enough to beat a bird with a grudge and long legs. Thanks for joining us on this journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on our next descent into the past. We'll see you next time.